Hi guys, it's Erik-Weisz with a new lockpicking video. The lock I have today is another interesting French pump lock. It's the JPM 405. If you look at the keyway, it very much reminds of the different Tirard models. However, the key looks a bit different, a bit fancier than necessary, because actually only the front part of the key interacts with the lock like this. But now, without further ado, let's clamp it up with a vise and see if we can get it picked. Alright, the JPM 405 is now on the vise. Here's the key again. Works very smoothly. And for tensioning I use this self-made tensioner from a piece of wire. And for picking I use this simple tool, which is nothing but a broken pick. So I start with pushing the pin tumbler on the bottom of the keyway. And then I start for looking for binding pins. This one is binding. This one is binding. This one. This one. This one again. This one again. This one again. Nice click. This one again, and this felt quite good. I think I have to push in the middle again, and then hopefully it should rotate. Don't know what's holding me up now. And then I will turn it one step further so that you can hear the pins retract from return. So now the key can no longer be inserted because I have turned the core 1/6. We will see that when I disassemble it now. So let's have a look what's inside. Hopefully this one will be not too difficult to cut. First we have to remove this screw here. There it is. Let's get a pinning tray. And then first thing we get is a spring. And this little pin tumbler. And there should be something more. Another part. Hope we get that out. Otherwise it might be difficult. There it is. Sorry for the noise. And this is the assembly for the additional pin. Comes out here and spring loaded like that. So that's the one that holds in the inner part and also needs to be pushed to open the lock. So now we can slide out this assembly here. If you see, you can see there is a shape in the housing that prevents the core from rotating if it's not if the pins are not correctly set. This is the front piece, and this assembly reminds very much of the several Tirard locks. Some additional parts, actuator parts. Not so interesting for picking. What is interesting for picking is for function of the lock is this one. These two parts together interact with the housing and prevent the core from rotating if the pins are not set correctly. So maybe I could show that. Let's see how this works. If the key is not inserted, then the core cannot rotate against these two parts, and as soon as the key is inserted, let's see how this works. It should be, is it possible? Let's see what would be the right orientation. I think it should be this one. Is it? No. I think I don't know what's the problem now, but maybe I will simply disassemble it. So this is one half and that's the other half. It was still engaged with some pins. So what you can see is if I insert the key now, then you see that the pins retract to a position where this area is free and these two parts can rotate freely. You can show that with one of them, and that allows the core to rotate within the housing. So that's how it basically works. Yeah, and let's disassemble this one further. We have to remove this little ring here and be careful that the pins do not jump out. Let's see if it works. And there we go. That's only a little ring. And now we can remove the pins. Let's start with this one. And there we can see that they have several false gates. I will show you that in the close-up later. I hope we are still in focus. Yes. Next one. And then there should be some springs. Okay, otherwise nothing special about this housing. I think these back parts are for the actuator and allowing for key insertion from both sides. Yeah, and let me give you a close-up of that. As you can see, all these pins have several false gates, which makes this quite a challenge, but anyway, it worked quite well. And I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time. Bye bye.